one thing that really got into me was that someone who was a bank manager, had to switch to do farming. So me who has studied agribusiness the whole 4 years, why should I give excuse that I can't do it? So at that time it was so tough for me financially, you know. But I didn't. One thing I did was I didn't wait on anyone to give me money.
Okay.
So for my national service allowance, how much? 559. I decided that let me save half of it, so that I can come and start with the Snail farm. The knowledge that I got from the interview with Obia, and also the program that I went,
the summit
I attended. Let me start something with it. So I saved my national service allowance out of the 559. I saved it and I started it with that, and that thing, it affected me financially. That decision I took. But sometimes it was hard for me to even buy water to drink. So hard.
As in saving the money to start the snail farm.
Because even the 559 loan is not enough for a month.
That's true.
But I decided to sacrifice that moment, for the bigger picture, and I took that decision. And it was a hard decision for me, but I don't have any other choice because I was so determined to start something.
It's a beautiful brand new day and welcome back to another exciting farming week in Ghana. If today is the first time seeing me, I'm Charles on this channel. We talk about farming and agriculture here in Africa. Today, I'm back again in the Ashanti region. I think this year will be the year of Ashanti region. Last year was Volta region. I went to Volta region a couple of times, but this year, this is my second time coming to the Ashanti region of Ghana. In this video, I want you to listen to the inspiring story of a young individual, in fact, a graduate or an agribusiness graduate from the Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology, who decided to pursue agriculture further after school. He has a maize farm, a snail farm, and a catfish farm. You have to know how the journey started, how challenging the profitable it has been going into this starting agriculture here in Africa. So you out there can be inspired to start something similar on your own. Before we get into the video, make sure you like this video, subscribe to the channel so we all get to grow together. Share this video to other people to learn some of the inspiring stories that young individuals in Ghana are getting themselves involved in when it comes to agriculture. Alright, without much ado, let's get into the video. Okay, so I'm here with Gideon. I had to find out how the journey started going into farming and how it has been so far. Please, can you introduce yourself to my viewers?
My name is Gideon Amo Mensah. I'm 26 years old, a young farmer who studied agribusiness in KNUST from Afijasi.
Oh, okay. So agribusiness. Normally, I like when I interview people who did agriculture in school because I get to get a different perspective. I realize normally those who do agric are like people who have nothing to do with agriculture or didn't study anything agriculture related and they got into the business. But normally those who did agric themselves, you hardly find them sway away from it. I don't know the reason why, but you'll get to know that. But in the first place, what made you study agribusiness at KNUST?
Okay. When I was in senior high school, I did business, and during that time, we even laugh at those who were studying agric because we thought that agric is like you complete and go and do farm. So we always say that why should you allow your parents to pay for your school fees then to learn farming? Like we always laughing at them. So when I was about completing, I was thinking of what to do, and I had a conversation with my brother. My brother, I think I am after him.
Okay.
I had a conversation with him. He's very influential in my life. I had a conversation with him about what to do after school, after senior high school, and we were just talking about the fact that we need to get something that after school you won't have to rely on the government. You can brainstorm and get something going.
Okay.
Then he gave me a list of programs. Gave me agribusiness. Well, I wasn't happy starting it, but truth be told, it's the best program ever in this world because we all rely on food. We all rely on food. So that is the main reason why I chose agribusiness.
Okay.
And it inspired me do the practical aspect. Whilst I was on campus studying the agribusiness.
Okay. Okay. So you said the practical aspect. Is it that normally the practical that come with doing the course, or like you did the began farming separately, or how?
Well, you see, when you are in school, it's all about theory.
Okay.
You go to lectures, they teach you how to do agric and all that. But then it's about the implementation. Because there's some people that will go to school, they will learn the agric, the theory. Sorry to say, government will waste money, pay lecturers to teach students to learn agric, come to the field and do to feed the country.
Okay.
But people don't do the implementation. So the practical is different from the theory, because the practicals, it comes with a lot of things that it was never taught in class. But with a lot of practice, you get the experience. So that's the difference.
Okay, okay. So let me understand the agribusiness course. So I know normally, like, let's say, so I went to University of Ghana.
Okay.
So I was outside. We have like the business school itself. Then we have those who do agricultural science. So is the agribusiness, is it part of those in the business course, like a course on its own, like with its own like department or units, or it's part of like the business school?
No. I don't know of other school, but in KNUST, agribusiness is part of the faculty of agric.
Oh, okay.
Because they believe that it's redefining agric to business. So it should be in the faculty, so that the lecturers who are purely agric students or purely agric lecturers will impart us with the agric knowledge. They have lecturers who also are from the business school, because sometimes they come and teach us the business aspect of agric. So we are in the agric faculty. Yeah.
That's nice. At least having agriculture, learn agriculture itself,
I
and then the
mean,
business aspect of it.
that's why I said it's the best program ever in this world.
Nice,
It's the
nice.
best program
And
ever
within
in
the
this world.
4 years of studying, how has it been? Like, how was it like?
You see, agribusiness is hard, should be told. It's one of the courses that is demanding, in that the programs are, or the courses are many.
Okay.
Every semester the least course you do is 8. So it's mostly 8 9 8 9 8 9, and in final year you do 7 6. But other courses you sometimes do 5, some do 4, some do 3.
Yeah.
But agribusiness 9 8. So just imagine. Yeah. So every semester you are studying 9 8 courses. Every semester. So just multiply that by 2 and multiply that number by 4 years. You see the number of courses that we do. You do a lot of
Well, at least doing agriculture and learning some part of the business,
It's not easy. It's very, very
that's
difficult.
what it makes the courses become a
But
lot.
with determination, when you get the knowledge, trust me, you don't really have to rely on the government. You can do something on your own.
And it's just for those who are planning, those who want their kids to go and do some courses at the university, so you can get like an in-depth understanding of what the agribusiness is. Okay, so agriculture. I know you did agribusiness in school. Now the question I asked earlier, no matter what I've realized is those who do agric are people who are from different backgrounds who venture into agriculture. They are not people who are like who did study agriculture in school and they are doing it. Normally, those you find out that those who did study agric in school want to go and do something way different from agriculture. It's just those who are outside who do the agric.
Yeah.
Why do you think that's the case?
Yeah. The first reason is that most people who came into the agric faculty accidentally. Most people.
Okay.
Because I've had a lot of interaction with them. And as I said, I was a college president in KNUST, the College of Agriculture and Natural Resources.
Yeah.
So most students came to the faculty accidentally. Some was because they didn't pass and they had to come to university by all means. So they chose agric. So they don't have that passion for it. They didn't choose it for a reason that I want to learn agric for this purpose. So that is that. And secondly, irrespective of the teachings that went on in class, some people, most youth, have the knowledge that, or the notion that agric is for the poor. Poor, that's when you do agric. So why should I go to university, complete university, hold a degree, come to the bush, hold cutlass, and do farming? But I mean, it pays a lot. So I'll just encourage that you should go into because I always say this: those who do agric currently those who do agric, they are going to be fading off. They are 40, 50, 60 years. By 20 years, 30 years time, those people, it's nature. They are going to fade off. So we the youth, we are going to fill that gap. So if we are running away from agric, especially those who studied agric and agribusiness, you are running away. You expect someone who did tax, someone who did auditing, someone who did accounting to come with little knowledge about it. I mean, we can't prosper as a country. I would just advise that we should come together and let's make agric better.
Okay. Okay. So those who study in agric in school was the practical because agriculture. It mostly has to do with practicals than the theories. I want to get understanding that during the course was the practicals more in terms of like what you are studying. You go to the farm with practicalized things in the university more than
Truth be told,
theories.
truth be told, I don't know about that school, but with KNUST, the practicals wasn't that much. But I understand because of how the number of programs or courses that we're doing. So we exhaust a lot of time. We exhaust a lot of time. So I understand. But mostly after academic year, mostly we go to we call something VTP. I think vertical training program, something like that. That's how it goes. So we go to campus for like 3 weeks, then we do the practicals.
Okay.
During vacation. That's how we do. But most is theory. Most is theory.
The practical is less.
It's less, So you have to take your own future in your hands. Because I remember how when I was on campus in first year, we learned a program called apiculture, bee rearing, and that was one of the program or course that I enjoyed it. I even had A.
Okay.
So I decided that when we were in first year, when we vacated in first year, I decided to come implement it here home, and I still have it but my dad is taking care of that, now.
Okay.
So if you know what you are doing and if you know why you are there, you won't just learn it and pass. You won't implement it, and I did. I implemented it without the lecturers, coming in or all that. I was just calling the lecturer for more information to start it.
I think the course agriculture is like those who did the agribusiness, they like that course because the first time I came here to Kumasi, that was January. The farmer I went to visit, he was a bee farmer. He also did agribusiness, yes, from KNUST. He took us to his bee farm and he's doing quite well.
That lecturer is influencing us. He's very good. He really, really and him right after the program or the course, he sent us to a bee farm. So we saw the picture, how it looks, and how profitable it is. So most students who pass through his hands or in KNUST, most of them will venture. I'm sure because of how he does his teaching.
Sure. I feel if there are more lecturers like that, it will help because doing the practicals more it makes you enjoy it than doing the theories.
Yes.
Yeah, and it's so big ups to whoever the lecturer is. So big ups to him. Okay, so now let's look at finishing school. How did this whole farm start for you? Do I start farming? At least you studied it, all right. But why did you venture, and how did it come about? How did you start?
So let me go back to 2021.
Okay.
That was when I was done with school, so I was in my national service, and when I was about completing school, like when I'm home or when I'm alone, like I'm always scared because I'm someone who wants to be very successful in life. So I get scared that this country, I'm going to do my national service. What next? Like what should I do? Because at that time I didn't know what to do to achieve the dream that I have. So that time I decided that let me do research. So I was doing Google research, agric stuff that brings a lot of money. Went to YouTube, and that was even when I chanced on your YouTube channel, and I've been observing a lot of videos from you. And
Nice.
the Snail that I started,
Yeah.
your video with Obia, inspired me as well. The catfish too. I think you had an interview with a guy
Last
at
month.
London. I'm sorry, Legon.
Yeah,
The
last
guy,
month. Yeah.
that video, it really inspired me, and I decided, wow, when I get money, let me go to catfish. And the maize too. So basically, you've played a lot of role in my life. My decision making.
Yeah, we are trying our best. It's not easy
You know,
job, but it's gradually
in
are
my
trying our
decision
best.
making. In my decision making. So that is that. And at the same time, um, during that time, I went to a program in KNUST called Agric or Youth Agriculture Summit, organized by Reverend Gideon Amo Mensah. He is the founder of Agric Impact. He has also played an important role in my life because, as I said, as I was planning of what to do, after doing all this research, I needed to go to these cinemas to get people who are experienced, talk to them, listen to what they are saying and all that.
Okay.
So I went to that program. They really inspired us, those who came, about why we should go into agric. And one thing that really got into me was that someone who was a bank manager, had to switch to do farming. So me who has studied agribusiness the whole 4 years, why should I give excuse that I can't do it? So at that time it was so tough for me financially, But I didn't. One thing I did was I didn't wait on anyone to give me money.
Okay.
So for my national service allowance, how much? 559. I decided that, well, let me save half of it, so that I can come and start with the Snail farm. The knowledge that I got from the interview with Obia, and also the program that I went,
The summit you
the summit I attended. Let me start something with it. So I saved my national service allowance out of the 559. I saved it and I started it with that, and that thing, it affected me financially. That decision I took. But sometimes it was hard for me to even buy water to drink. So hard.
As in saving the money to start the Snail farm.
Because even the 559 loan is not enough for a month.
That is true.
But I decided to sacrifice that moment, for the bigger picture, and I took that decision. And it was a hard decision for me, but I don't have any other choice because I was so determined to start something. And I started it with it. It was 4 boxes, was a small pen, and I was doing it small. And getting to the latter part of 2022, I got invitation from Voodoo Grant. It's a Germany owned company that helps the youth or small scale farmers in Ghana and some African countries. They help them with some support, to expand their business.
Oh, okay.
So at that time, they invited me, sent my business plan.
So they requested for business plan.
Yeah,
Also, the thing they take us through the documents and stuff that they requested for before at least to apply for the grant.
Oh, okay. To apply for the grant, you just have to search for voodoo.africa, on Google. But one thing you need to know is that you need to get someone who stays in Europe, and believes in your dream, what you're doing.
Okay.
Then invite you that he wants to sponsor you. So let me say, if you have a brother, a friend, a sibling, or your parents living there, and they believe in what you are doing, they want to sponsor you. They will invite you. Then the two of you will contribute 50%. So if say the budget for the whole project is 10,000 Ghana cedis, the two of you contribute 50% of it. So you 25, then the person who is living in the diaspora will contribute 25%. Then you start a project. So when you start a project, then the coach will come to see that we started the project. We put receipt together, everything. Then they'll come down again to check the receipt. If you were honest with things, you did everything as you claim you've done.
Okay.
Because you send them a report that you've done and everything. So when they come again, then they will now send a report that you've done, these are receipts, it's okay and all that. Then I will send the 50% to you.
Oh, okay.
So that's how the grant is. So the grant is a shared grant. It's not like they will give you a total amount. So you have to contribute a quota. The person who invites you in the diaspora will also give you a quota of it. Then they'll bring the 50%. So that's basically that. So I got that opportunity, and I was able to do this whole catfish that you see here.
So that when the grants came, that used for the
Yes,
catfish.
started with the catfish.
Okay.
And I've done this greenhouse. So this is what I use my own, and the one who lives in the restaurant.
25%.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm now waiting for. They came here like in the last 2 weeks, So I'm now waiting for the 50% to come.
Okay.
So that will complete the greenhouse, and then we take it from there. So that is, I mean, how it went.
So like with the full farm, the Snail farm, when did they start? When did you start?
March last year.
Oh, okay.
That was when I started. When I was doing my national service, March last year. And the maize, I also added maize to it, and I started the maize in March this year. And that one too, I started for my pay, the way that I do in Accra.
Okay.
I do some small consultation to people who want to, or for people who want to do agric, but they don't have the knowledge and as to how they want to do it. I'll give you that kind of consultation, and then we start from there. And I also built greenhouse. So that's the money that I was getting, and I used for the maize farm.
Okay.
So that's how it started.
So you said that Snail, you began with some few pence, right?
Yeah, for my national service allowance.
Okay.
I mean, it was tough decisions for me, but I had to.
But the estimate, how much did you begin with? If you make and give?
Approximately 3,000 cedis. Approximately, yeah.
So with the ones here, or those are bigger, the pens you started with?
The one that I showed you.
Yeah.
4 of them. I started with 4 of them.
Oh, okay.
But you see, because it's wood, it got destroyed. And that is the main reason why I was so much into getting the grant, so that I will expand it.
Okay.
So now I sold some, and the remaining I put them inside the box that I have now. I'm now waiting for the grant, to come, so that I'll be able to complete it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'll show you guys the greenhouse. We'll have a look at the greenhouse, the slow farming that he's doing. We'll also take a look at the catfish. As you can see, the pond is right behind us here. We'll also look at that. So beginning last year with the snow farm, you sold some and stuff. Can you say the snow farming business has it been profitable? Has agriculture actually been profitable starting, I think, almost a year ago?
Well, starting the agric, I haven't done much sales. All the sales I do, or I mean, what I do is that I reinvest it back into the business.
Okay.
So with the snail, I sold the parent stock. If I say parent stock, those who lay the eggs.
Okay.
Because as I said, I wasn't having a space to put them, because I'm not financially strong to build another place while I'm waiting for a grant.
Okay.
So I had to sell them and use some of the money to invest in the greenhouse that I'm building.
Nice.
But then the amount that I invested, despite the fact that I sold small, though I haven't gotten the money, but I know if I sell what is inside,
you can make the money, yeah,
more than that,
Sure.
But I don't want to sell. I want to stock them inside the greenhouse and buy some and add it to what I have. Then we can take it from there. But when I did the analysis for the snail, it's a good business. It's a good business. It's a good business. If you invest like 30,000 Ghana cedis,
30,000
Ghana cedis to construct a greenhouse farm like this, in 2 years' time, you'll be making like more than 2 billion. Yeah. If you manage it very well.
2 billion, like old currency.
If you manage it very well. So that is that. So anyone who wants to want to invest into something, if you have time, I can analyze why I'm saying that.
So we'll do a video on snail farming specifically. I know most people I've done previous snail farming videos. There's been a lot of questions, especially for the PS own and the other videos I've done. So we'll go into details to look at that and look at some of these estimates. So those who are watching us who want to start something similar can also get to do something about it. So let me ask you this question. As an agric student, as a president of that
College of Agriculture and Natural Resources.
yes. What would you say is your perspective about agriculture in Africa or in Ghana? Let me narrow it to Ghana specifically. Do you think in Ghana, in terms of agric, we are doing enough? Is the government supporting enough? What actually is your perspective about agriculture?
Well, the government is doing what uh, he must do, but it's not enough.
Okay.
It's not enough. The reason is that despite the fact that we have people who did agric and they are switching away, despite the fact that they don't like the agric, one of the things that demotivate them is the fact that they know that agric, when we do agric, now if you have 1 acre land, you know, you are going to use cutlass to weed. I'm going to employ laborers and all that. So after doing all this analysis, they realize that they won't make much. And sometimes they feel like, why should I hold cutlass even from at the first place? Which, in my perspective, is wrong because you started small. By the time will come, you use cutlass, you use big machine.
Tractors and stuff.
But then to narrow it into to government helping we the farmers, we have a lot of youth in this country who are energetic. If you look into their eyes, you will see that they have the passion to do something. They want to be successful. But the system is made in such a way that it's not pushing the youth. That's the system for you. So if you are not someone who wants to help yourself, be reluctant, you'll be in your room, depressed, thinking of what to do. Because trust me, I don't know if others, but when I'm in a room for 2 days and I'm not doing anything, I become depressed. I always want to be engaged, like doing this, going here. So the youths, we have a lot of arable lands in Ghana, and a lot of them that the government can even give us grant. Okay, give us a grant, and that grant, when that grant is given, let's look at the implication it's going to have in the whole country. Like maybe the government decide to give 1 million youth grant to start farm, some in crop farming, some in animal farming, some in cash crop and all sort of farming. Give them grant that when the production is done, as me as a government, I'll come home or I'll come to your farm, I'll come and buy it from you, at a price that we agreed because of the grant that I gave you. So with that, the government will have a lot of produce in this country produced by the youth, employed by them, and those people will obviously employ laborers to work. So it's going to have a long effect that if the government invests in 1 million youth, it can invest another 1 million, 2 million, 3 million, and it's possible. We just need a leader who has that vision. This is what I'm going to do. Because you have a vision and you stick to it, you can do it. So you can do it. But our problem is that the political will is not there. Because agric is the way to employ maximum youths in this country. Because today I'm going to apply fertilizer. I will need like 2 to 3 people to work for today. I'm going to pay them. Today we've got some money. So if they are home, having nothing on them, they're going to depend on their parents. They're going to they might even go and steal. So if you support with the youth much, you're going to have food security in this country. You're going to stop importation of food, which affects our exchange rate that triple down to how our CD deteriorates. I hope you get it.
Yeah.
Can solve all those problems at the same time employ the youth. So let's look at one decision, what it's doing to the country. But the political will is not there. It's not there. So that's our biggest problem. I have the will, but there's no money. So Exporting mechanism. Have the able to do something, but no one is seeing it. You know, you fight. When you are there, then they want to come and just enjoy from your results. So the government should do something. Not just this government. Any other government that comes, the previous government, they've all failed in this thing I'm talking about.
Side, yeah.
They should have that vision. And I'm telling the government, if they do that, by 10 years time, they're going to see how it's going to affect our economy. So that is what I want to say about it.
So I once interviewed a farmer.
Mm.
He does habaneros, and we were talking about national service, and he had a very nice idea about national service when it comes to agric students. So he was of the view that normally those who study agric who are going to do national service, they should be posted to like agric centers, like maybe companies that are agric related. They should try and give them that kind of agric background so they can get to learn more about it in terms of agriculture. As a former president of the College of Agribusiness, do you think that's a laudable idea? And with your own experience with some of the students and other colleagues, do you think it's something that when it's done for the agric students or the students who study agric, it will be something that will be helpful?
Okay, so to even go with even start the question or answering the question, I'm using my own for example. This business I'm yet to register it. I'll be doing it next month, and after registering it, I'll work hard to make sure that I get opportunity to employ national service personnel here who have the passion to do agric. Bring them here, go to the farm, how we are doing the catfish, the snail, other things. So by the time you finish the national service, and there is this idea that if you repeat a habit for 60 days, every day do it, it becomes something that is easy to do than not to do.
You become used to it.
You become used to it. Every day, that's what you do every day. So always you want to do. So that person who has done that for a year, obviously, and that same person learned it in school, obviously it becomes something that he wants to do. So if he gets the money, the resources, he obviously go into it. Okay. So it doesn't make sense that someone who did agric, then you put the person at a sector that is not agric. So why was the person in school for? The person paid school fees, lectures were paid to teach the person agric. Come home, do agric to feed the country, so that we don't have to be importing food.
Yeah.
So this country, I don't know what we are doing, because because you've taken students to come into school to study a program, you've paid school fees, paid lectures, then now you are putting them at a place that is not needed. Like, it doesn't add up.
That one day,
I hope you get it.
Yeah.
So if these things are done by a year time, that person will have that kind of passion that, oh Charlie, if I get money, because in that year, obviously that person that you are working with, the person will make sales. So hey, the person invested this amount, this is how he made. Okay, these are the challenges. Well, okay, now if I'm going there, I'm going to do this differently so that I won't have the same effect and I'll make this profit. Sure. So we are going to have a lot of them entering. Obviously, some of them are still going out. Will be going out, obviously, but we're going to have a lot of them entering. So the government should be take a deliberate action on it to make sure that we get a lot of them in the agric sector. And we're going to have a lot of effect in our country, because we always claim that agric is the largest,
the backbone of the economy.
The economy. We're not doing much. Except cocoa. Cocoa
farmers are even complaining and stuff.
We are even destroying it. This country, we have a long way to go.
Yeah, we have a long way to go. We pray that as time goes on, things will get better.
Yeah, amen.
So, doing catfish,
okay,
snail, then maize. What do you say are some of the main challenges you faced, starting from the point you started till now? What are the challenges that comes with having all these farms?
The main challenge is capital. Trust me, it's not easy. As I said, I'm a young man. I'll just be 26 next week. So there's a burden on me, there's a responsibility on me. Anytime I get money, pay here, pay here, pay here, So that's the first challenge.
Okay.
The second challenge is that I we the farmers, or let me put myself in perspective. We need an organization, like because we have a district, like district agri department, so they should. I don't know if they have it now, but they should form an organization for us as farmers, so that one, it will help with our welfare. Our welfare, as in reduce the risk that we as in we absorb as farmers, because the last time when it rained, I didn't have the effect, but some farmers had it. The wind destroyed all the maize.
Okay.
How we get it? So that person, after all the investment the person has done, it's going down the drain. So we need something like that, because this kind, I don't know if you have insurance for agric. I tried. I was playing a consultancy role for someone, and I advised the person, because the person was being so big, because I was afraid for the person that if one day something happens,
You lose everything.
So I advised him to get insurance, so that at least even if they won't pay for everything, like something will come out of it. And he said I should search it, and I called, nothing.
But it's interesting you're talking about insurance, because I know most Ghanaians are not prone to the idea of insurance. But it's important, yes, to actually have insurance. I don't know whether agric in Ghana have insurance for agric, but I know there are a lot of insurance companies. But yes, that's something that we can also find out.
But I mean, up to now, I haven't seen something like that.
Okay.
So if it's not there, then the MOFA should create an association in each department, so that if maybe we have to be contributing, like maybe every month we contribute something, so that if anything happens, we just at least to cushion the person, not even bear the person's cost completely, to cushion the person, and again, I need support. I really need support, because it's not easy doing catfish. Catfish, how expensive the feed is. It's very expensive. How expensive maize farming. The maize farming that I'm doing is 1.5 acre, and I've spent more than 7,000 Ghana cedis. Because when we go there, I would tell you why or how I spent that amount.
Sure.
So doing the catfish, doing maize with that same amount, so it's not easy. So that's the two basic problem that for the rest, because of the fact that I did agribusiness, so I don't have that technical problem. Okay. And I have someone who's in agric department, that despite the fact that I did agric, I don't want to do maize and all knowing. I always call him to consult before I take a decision. So basically that is that.
Okay. So you try to wrap up this video. So before that, you say you want people to come and support and stuff. So if you are watching, so I want to ask, would you like for people to, because some of my videos, who are looking for people to partner with to do farm on a very large scale and stuff. So if you suppose you have to get someone to come and at least come as a partnership or a partner to come and support to expand the business, are you open to that?
My hands are open. I'm open. My arms are open. I'm open, because you can't do it all alone. Just that we Africans believe that it should be all us. No, you can't prosper with that. So I need partners. I need investors. I need there's a name I learned in business: angel investors. They are them who just support you, not expecting anything.
They want anything from it.
So basically, I just need any of them come and support, because I'm dying out. Trust me.
Sure. So if you're an angel investor, I know most of my viewers, they try, at least they do their best. But they see people who have the passion and the interest in trying to do something for themselves, they're able to support. So if you're watching out there, you want to help, you want to partnership, at least support what he's also doing you can reach out to him. His contact will be available. So the final thing is, if there's any advice for the youth out there, most people are done with school. The idea of agric is not even there. Some people even have some farmlands, but they're not considering the idea of agric. If there's any advice from to them, what would that be?
So my advice is just simple. The youth shouldn't focus on the government, it's a no. They will fail you, irrespective of the party. And I understand because their responsibilities are too much. So there's no country that the government employs everyone. So we need to take our responsibility. And we shouldn't wait to get big money to start. No. The big money will never come. I hope you get it. It will never come. People need to see that you are starting something. Just that. Because you can't sit at home idle and go to someone's place that knock knock, please, I want to start farming. Please support me. Like, how the person tries that, you are sure I'm not going to chop the money. I hope you get it.
I get you. I get you.
And now that betting is rampant, how the person tries that, I'm not going to use the money for betting. So it's important that you start something. Just start it. Don't be. Take the decision. Don't wait. There's no time. There's no time for best decision. Take the risk. Take the decision. I remember when I was doing the maize farming, someone told me that I should have to wait for April, May before I start because it's not going to rain. I said no, I will start in March. So I did the planting first March, and the day before the planting, it rained, and it's been raining throughout till now. So take the risk, take the decision for something small. Even if you have 1,000 Ghana cedis, 500 cedis, you can start with snail farming. Start it small. Be consistent. Do it. Don't give up. I'm telling you, the world, the like this, everything will come together to support. That's how the world is. So you should start something. They shouldn't wait for the government. You should start something. I'm telling you for that. I'm going to be proud of yourself. Make your parents proud. Make the country proud. That advice I have for you guys.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. So, if you're not learning anything, at least start something. The time is now. There's no time to say, oh, you are postponed. You start at this time, start at that time. If you want to start something, the time is now. So, this will end the first part of the video. In a subsequent video, I'm going to look at the catfish farm, as you can see right behind me. We would know how it started. Some information that will be useful to you start your own catfish farm. Later, we'll delve into the snow farming and also go and look at the maize farm. So, I have more videos from him that will be showing to you guys. So make sure you subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification button to get regular updates when I upload a new video. And like this video, YouTube gets to promote it to other people. To also get to learn some of the inspiring things the youth in Ghana are doing. Alright, sure. I'll see you all in the next one. Peace out.